All right, how you brothers and sisters out there doing? All right, I'm gonna make a short video here, just try to get quickly and straight to the point. Okay, without further ado, me and a good friend of mine was talking about the state of black people and the trials and tribulations that they're going through, and so on and so forth. I personally like to refer to the so-called black people as circumcision, Israel. You know, those God's chosen people, those who fit the curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting at verse 14 all the way down to verse 68, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now he was telling me that it's nothing new under the sun, which I agree, it's nothing new. And we was talking about the particular case of Sierra Day, and she and her boyfriend have been. She and her boyfriend are now being held with no bond for the murder of her 4-year-old daughter. So whether they did it or not, I have my suspicions, but I wasn't there. I don't have no hardcore evidence, so on and so forth. But we'll let the court system have its due process, and we'll leave it at that. So he was saying it was nothing new, and I agree with him. But he was also talking about the internet and basically technology and pretty much expressing the profound impact and effect it has had amongst the so-called black people, and so on and so forth. And I agree. So I have a theory, which I was telling him. It's a movie called Jeepers Creepers, and it's a bus scene on Jeepers Creepers. And on the bus scene with Jeepers Creepers 2, for those who haven't seen it. And on the bus scene, when the Jeepers Creeper, he gets his head back and he flies away. So the guy opens the door and he's like, you know what? He said, I'm ready to vote people off the bus. He's trying to split the people up. And he's talking about those who will be eaten and those who won't be eaten, like the Jeepers Creeper had his pick. Now, there's a girl on that bus. Her name is Mincy, if I'm not mistaken. She had a vision about the Jeepers Creepers, and she told them about the Jeepers Creepers a couple of scenes before this happened, or maybe a scene before. You know what it's there for, so on and so forth. All right, now. The guy was separating them because he said, the eating and won't be eaten. One of the guys is trying to keep from being separated. So he's like, well, Mincy told us, Mincy had told him if, once morning comes, the Jeepers Creepers are going away for a long time. But one of the guys said, well, if we can hide out till morning, it goes away for a very long time. He was using that as an excuse to not separate, or not to combat him trying to separate. But the guy who was trying to separate him said something very powerful and very impactful. He said, Mincy says this thing gets what it wants. And he looked at Mincy and he says, Mincy, are these guys going to be safe if they can hide out till morning? Or is this thing going to come with everything it has because it only got till morning? Very powerful. Very powerful. It was very, very powerful statement. Now, with that being said, we break it down. The theory is this. Mincy would be what you would call a prophet test. Because a lot of prophets in the scripture, their main thing was to warn, to warn you, to give you correction. Not about planting seeds, there's a harvest, it's going to be abundance and things like that. All that prosperity nonsense. But majority of the prophets was there to give warning, to take heed, to give correction. And rule of thumb, they was always exact. Wasn't no vagueness, guessing all over the place. They was exact. Let there be a lesson. So she would equate to a prophetess. So she was there for the warning. The Jeepers Creepers, I would equate him to Satan, the adversary. And like he said, he only has till morning, so he's going to come with everything he's got. And Satan, the adversary, when his time comes, will be locked away for a very long time, 1,000 years. Okay? So, with that being said, then them splitting up the people, I can look at that in different ways as those who keep the commandments and those who don't keep. Look at it on that note, but I'm not. I'm gonna just keep it as that and get straight to the point. And basically, what we've said to end it was that it's nothing new. Absolutely, it's just been amplified because Satan only has but a short time. And I'm gonna go with 2 scriptures to back up this theory. Just a theory, guys. Take heed, just a theory. Okay. The first scripture I'm going to go to will be Revelations 12:12. And it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Very, very impactful. He knows he has but a short time, having great wrath. And this guy says he's going to come with him with everything he got because he only has till morning. Great wrath. All right. And that scripture I'm going to go to for this theory, remember it's just a theory, guys, it's Revelation 20 and verse 3. And it reads, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loose a little season." So 1,000 years is a pretty long time to go away. Okay, so we're gonna sum it up to this. You know, you guys think he might. So it's nothing new on the sun. It's just getting amplified. So no man knoweth the time, but it's nothing new on the sun for the things that goes on, but it's more amplified. I think you can use that as an indicator that the worse it gets, which is going to get worse before it gets better anyway, you can use it as an indicator that, you know, it's getting close to that time. No man knoweth. Like I say, personally, I don't want to be here. Personally, I don't want to be here to see it because it's going to be a time of times. It's going to be very tumultuous, very troublesome. A lot of people are going to lose their lives. It's going to be bad. Okay? So, you know, but I'm going to leave it at that to sum it all up. You know, you brothers out there be safe. It's just a theory. So it's nothing new on the sun. Just things are getting more amplified because he only has but a short time. And the closer his time has come, it's going to be more and more and more amplification. You know, it's just a theory. So those who are out there keeping the commandments, you know, be watchful, you know, and move accordingly. You know, watch yourself. And yeah, you brothers out there be safe. All right, y'all take care.